Let's get something straight from the beginning. Being broke isn't just about your bank account. It's a mindset. It's a way of living. It's the result of inaction, laziness, and excuses. You can have a zero balance and still be rich in effort. Or you can have potential, time, opportunity, and waste it all while staying broke in every way that matters. If you're broke financially, broke mentally, broke emotionally, there's one root cause. You're not doing the work. You're not grinding like your future depends on it. You're not treating your goals like they're life or death. You're not willing to suffer now to build something that lasts. So here's the truth no one wants to say out loud. You either stay broke or you get to work. That's it. There's no in-between. No secret, no cheat code, just action or regret, work or excuses, hunger or hopelessness. And if you keep choosing easy now, you'll be forced to live with hard later. So ask yourself this. Are you willing to trade short-term comfort for long-term success? Or are you going to keep pretending that somehow, one day, it'll just work out? Because it won't. Not without work. Not without sacrifice. Not without going all in. You keep waiting. Waiting for the right time. Waiting for motivation. Waiting for someone to help you, notice you, rescue you. But let me be brutally honest with you. Nobody's coming. Not your parents, not your friends, not your boss, not your government, not some magical opportunity. It's on you, all of it. If your life sucks, it's your responsibility. If you're broke, it's your responsibility. If you're behind, if you're stuck, if you're lost, it's still on you. And I know that's harsh. But the second you accept it is the second you take your power back. Because as long as you're blaming, you're not building. As long as you're complaining, you're not climbing. As long as you're waiting, you're not winning. The world doesn't reward potential. It rewards execution, effort, discipline, consistency. So stop acting like you have time to waste. Stop looking for someone to show you how. Start becoming the one who shows others how it's done. You want a better life? Build it. You want money? Earn it. You want respect? Prove you deserve it. This is not about luck. It's not about talent. It's about who's willing to put in the work when nobody's watching. So stop waiting to be saved. You're the rescue mission. You're the solution. You're the only one who can change your life. Get to work or stay broke. That's the deal. You might not be the smartest. You might not have the connections. You might not have the education, the background, or the resources. But you can still win if you outwork everybody. See, talent is great, but work ethic? That's the equalizer. That's the force that separates the ones who talk from the ones who build. You don't need permission to show up early. You don't need resources to grind after hours. You don't need perfect circumstances to go all in. You just need grit. The ones who make it? They're not always the most gifted. They're the ones who show up tired, who work when it's boring, who execute when everyone else is making excuses. While others are binge-watching shows, you're building skills. While others are scrolling through nonsense, you're making moves. While others are sleeping in, you're stacking wins. That's the game. You either pay now in sweat, or you pay later in regret. So stop thinking it should be easier. Stop expecting rewards you haven't earned. Stop asking, when will it happen for me? When you work for it. That's when. And you have a choice every single day. Work hard and rise. Slack off and stay stuck. You can't complain about the results you don't have from the work you didn't do. The life you want is expensive, and the only currency is effort, pain, and discipline. So if you're not willing to sweat, if you're not willing to hustle when it hurts, If you're not willing to put in what it takes, then stay broke. But if you are, if you're ready to grind until your name is undeniable, then get to work. No more waiting, no more wishing. Just outwork everyone. That's how you win. Let's be real. You're not just broke because of your job, or the economy, or your situation. You're broke because of your habits, the ones you repeat every single day, without even thinking. Hitting snooze instead of rising early, scrolling for hours instead of learning something useful, spending money you haven't earned on things you don't need, complaining more than you create, wishing instead of working. That's how you stay broke. That's how you stay average. You want to know why successful people rise above? Because they kill off broke habits like a disease. They wake up early. They protect their time. They invest in knowledge, not distractions. They do the boring work every day. They sacrifice short-term pleasure for long-term freedom. Success is not a mystery. It's a result of daily habits compounded over years. And broke habits? They compound too, into debt, regret, and a life full of what-ifs. So if you're serious about change, you need to get honest. What habits are stealing your future? Not next year, not next month, today. What are you doing today that guarantees you'll stay broke tomorrow? Because until you break the cycle, until you call yourself out, until you say, "I'm done living like this," nothing changes. You can read every book, watch every video, follow every motivational account. But if your habits don't change, your life won't either. So ask yourself right now, am I living on autopilot? Or am I living with intention? Because broke isn't just about money, it's about mindset. And mindset shows up in your habits. If you don't like your life, change what you do daily. Discipline your routine. Audit your actions. Build better patterns. Because you don't rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your habits. If you're waiting to feel like doing the work, you're already losing. Motivation is a spark. It comes and goes. It fades fast when life gets hard. Discipline is the engine. It runs no matter what. You think the greats feel motivated every day? You think the ones building empires are excited at 4 a.m.? You think the athletes grinding in silence are driven by feelings? Number. They're driven by commitment. They're driven by vision. They're driven by discipline. Motivation is a guest. It shows up when it wants. Discipline, it lives with you. It doesn't care how tired you are. It doesn't care if you're in the mood. It just says, we do the work. That's the mindset that changes lives. Because broke people wait. They wait until they're inspired. They wait until it's easy. They wait for the perfect mood, perfect moment, perfect conditions. Winners don't wait. They execute. They don't rely on hype. They rely on habits. They don't need a reason. They are the reason. So stop chasing motivation like it's the answer. It's not. It never was. Build discipline. Build systems. Build routines so strong they don't break under pressure. Because the day you stop needing to feel like it is the day you start pulling away from everyone else. Most people never win. Not because they aren't capable, but because they never learned how to show up without the hype. They let their feelings decide their future. You can't. Get up when it's hard. Show up when it's boring. Push forward when your mind screams, quit. That's the difference between staying stuck and breaking through. Stay broke or get to work. Your discipline will decide. Everyone wants the results, the lifestyle, the freedom, the respect. But nobody wants the truth. Success is boring. It's not flashy. It's not viral. It's not always exciting. It's doing the same basic things, over and over, better and better, while no one's watching. Waking up early when you're exhausted, practicing your craft when no one claps, saying no to distractions again and again, training, reading, building, repeating. It's unsexy, it's repetitive, it's lonely. But guess what? That's the price. And most people don't want to pay it. They want a shortcut, a hack, a weekend success plan. But if you're not willing to fall in love with the grind, you'll never survive the journey. Because this isn't about intensity once in a while. It's about consistency forever. You don't rise by doing what feels good. You rise by doing what's necessary. Even when it's boring, even when it's uncomfortable, even when you see zero results. That's where most people quit. And that's where you separate yourself. You keep showing up. You keep tightening the screw. You keep stacking small wins until they explode into big ones. This isn't a highlight reel. This is a grind reel. So embrace the boredom. Welcome the monotony. Because the repetition you hate, that's the foundation of greatness. And every time you do what others won't, you're pulling away from the pack. You're building something real. So get used to boring. Boring builds empires. At the end of the day, it's simple. You can stay broke, or you can get to work. No more blaming, no more waiting, no more excuses. You want change? You create it. You want success? You earn it. There's no secret, no shortcut. Just discipline, sacrifice, and consistency. You're either moving forward or you're falling behind. So decide, are you done being stuck? Are you done settling? Are you done living below your potential? Because the work isn't going anywhere. The grind is waiting. Stay broke or get to work. Your life depends on it.